Let's see. On ops, we got a few files we need to get cleared and out of here. Hopefully that happens today and tomorrow. Technically, we have until I think Thursday to sign, but we want to try to get everything signed by Wednesday that we are going to hold on to this for this month, right? Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. All right. So we got a few files in there. We got a few more in there. We are going to bug the underwriters on the ops side. We're going to bug the compliance side. We're going to call corporate for support when we need it. And we're going to try and get what we can out of there. All new ones keep coming in. So with that, we said, here, we got these new campaigns going out. We got more outreach going out. We are educating our clients on marketing. I'll go over some sales stuff afterwards. But right now for ops, like I said, we're doing good. We're great. We're rising back up. We just want the scale to keep going forward. Anybody else got some wins they want to throw out there?
Nope.
No wins?
Nope.
There's got to be wins. You got 14 submissions last week. What was a good conversation? Where was one that we weren't going to get that we ended up getting, and how?
Well, we got Finn in. That was something that we had a massage. So that was in. We had to remove a couple of erroneous 30-day lates. So it looks like they're conditionally approved. So that was a win. We didn't give up. Kept pushing for it.
On short, we didn't give up. We put them over into another area and we're getting them back through underwriting. So hopefully we can get that one cleared this week.
Yeah, that one just got approved. I saw on Saturday or Sunday as well. So move that forward. I mean, there's got to be some wins. I'll share some wins. I got a couple of people reaching out to me, and they're not the biggest deals, but they're deals. Just they reach out without even talking to them because why? They need help, right? So one was somebody who's got a bunch of debt. Go figure, right? Oh, that's kind of our market of what we're doing. So, and then I took that and need money, and I'm slowly upselling him to taking more money because I think he needs more money. Obviously, if you're going in debt, I'm going to talk to him as we go throughout the process of getting a little bit more. Don't do this again. I don't want to hear from you in 6 months with needing more money. I want to hear from you in a year and a half, maybe, but not 6 months, right? So I'm going to make sure we kind of structure and plan that he has enough cushion for what he's doing. The other one is just reaching out as far as somebody who reached out the week prior saying, we're going to look at some homes in Missouri. I said, great, keep me posted. And now we're trying to get those out. Those are 2 little wins. Those are what I like with when you set yourself up as the person who you are, the professional that all of us, by the way, because I know sometimes processors, they get calls from clients too, who like dealing with them better than the loan officer. Right. So, so it's all of us, right? We're all selling something. We're all providing a service and we're all making an impact on people's lives, hopefully. But I've had people reach out to you. That's the best way, by the way, to have business is that people know you and they trust you and they respect you, that they reach out to you. And Chris, welcome to the team. Chris is on here too. He's brand new. I don't see his face, but he might have a microphone hooked up. Can you hear us?
Unverified.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, there you are. You can hear. We can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out. Hello,
Welcome
guys.
to the team. Welcome to the team, Chris.
Thank you.
He's
Oh,
just
here we
getting
go.
started. He's going to go through all our fun training videos. You can please make fun of my beard if you want, or anything else in those videos. They will get better over time.
His beard is constantly changing in the videos. It's funny.
Yeah. Yes. Magnum PI going on. Love it.
All right. Yeah, the wife's like, she's fed up with this now, so she's gonna probably she'll probably shave it in my sleep or something. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, that's the best way to make an impact, guys. The best way to get deals is when you're not having to chase deals. Be a professional. These people, you do a great job. Not only do they remember you, they tell their friends about you. They tell their family about you. They talk about you at their dinner parties or their kids' school or whatever. I talked to this guy, or one of the guys is a guy I know that called me, but he reached out to another friend, a mutual friend of ours, and said, I don't know what to do. Help me. And that guy's like, call Jared. And then he calls me, right? That's That's how you brand yourself, how you market yourself, how you keep yourself there. And I'm not trying to like brag about it or toot my own horn, but I'm just saying it's one of those little things without even trying, you'll have business come to you. On the flip side, where you do need to try is building that trust, building that relationship, getting a hold of people, finding out the real problem. And I know we harp on this all the time, and then plugging in a solution to actually fix that problem. It's as simple as that. You're not selling anything, you're fixing a problem. And if you have a mindset where you're trying to sell a deal for your own benefit, then you will not succeed with it, right? Because it's not how business or professional business is done. So I would say for all of us doing that, like I said, whether it's getting conditions, whether it's helping them find something that maybe they don't know what it is, whether it's clarifying what you need, because we talk in our own mortgage lingo half the time where other people don't know what it is, right? Nobody knows what LOE, CTV, LTV, DT. I mean, people don't know a lot of people don't know all that stuff, right? So why would we ask somebody who's not in our business for those kind of documents or those kind of what those are exactly, unless you're explaining it to them, right? And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not good, right? Sometimes it's good because you're giving them knowledge of something, you're giving something, and other times we're only doing it because loan officers like to brag about how much they know, especially salespeople, right? So we like to talk like we're all big and bad, but nobody cares about that. They just want their problem fixed. So anyways, with that, I don't know where I got on that tangent, guys, but be professionals, white glove it, help everybody out along the way. You save a lot of time by doing the hard up front. You save a lot of time over the long, right? So we want to get in front of our people. We want to address them. If they're uncertain, if you hear it in their voice, again, whether you're going over options or savings or getting conditions and you hear it in their voice, don't be afraid of it. Do you understand? Do you want me to go over that again? Do you want me to say that a different way? Right? I want to make sure that I take the time up front and get all the cobwebs out, get all the concerns out up front, so I don't have to cross my fingers, hold my breath, and see what happens. So, anyways, I'll get off that one. But like I said, last week was great. Good job, everybody. Keep an eye on this market so you could educate your clients, educate the clients, all of us, right? We should all know what's going on in case somebody asks, and work as a team. If you're uncertain about something if you're in processing and you're not sure what the salesperson did, or you're in sales and you're not sure what processing is doing, there's this cool thing we have. It's called a phone or Teams. Pick it up and hop on it and just ask. It's awesome. It was invented years ago. Crazy. Anybody got anything they want to say? What are we looking at this week? Are we going to get these other 8, 9, 10? I don't even know how many deals we're shooting for the rest of the month here.
We're trying to crack 14 this week.
14
He
subbies?
wants 20. His goal is 20 for us all to get 20.
I love it. Let's do it. Ain't no goal that's not reachable. That was my hillbilly talk right there. I sound like a hillbilly. Ain't no goal that ain't reachable. Holy smoke. All right. So ops, we are hustling. We are pushing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 8 deals. We are trying to 7 or 8 that we're trying to get cleared and out in the next 3 days. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 we're trying to fund here probably as soon as possible, that are already out, I believe, right? Funding sometime this week.
Question: where do you see when somebody is set up to close? Where do you see that close date at?
If they're looking at the pipeline, you're going to see the docs are out, right? They should have an estimated close date in there as well. But if your docs are up, they should be setting up signings. If it's early, same day maybe, but probably within 24 hours.
Okay.
Is that fair, Tessa, Jill?
No, don't say same day, please. Especially on these.
So within 1 hour, got it.
You're right. Yeah. Don't be on the next 15 minutes. No. Typically it's a 24-hour turn time, especially on wet states. Just so because, and that's pretty much any state anymore. They have to, when that's ordered, they go to, we order them. The funder does all their stuff. They send lender instructions to the title company then returns a CD, they have to, match before they send the docs out. So typically that can be at least a 24-hour turn time. Some times might even depend upon when you order those docs, 48. Um, so plan on at least 24 before you see docs go out.
Good question, Melissa. Really quick too, since I'm not sure if everybody knows the milestones, but PTD outstanding means your underwriters cleared your file, but you still have to get compliance to clear it, right? So don't be like PTD review, we're cleared, you're signing it tonight. We still got compliance issues probably sometimes that we're clearing. Cleared for docs is typically, it's cleared by compliance and underwriting, but we're waiting for the doc draw, right? The docs to get drawn, obviously, and back and forth, bounce back, like Jill just said. And docs out means they're sent out. But again, 24 hours, allow that time. Some states, guys, if you don't know this, this is where it kind of sucks. Or this is one of the things I don't like about our business is all the other people that have to be involved, right? Third parties. So some states, maybe it's an attorney state. Maybe those attorneys are slower than molasses, right? We know that happens. I'm sure Jill and Tessa see that happen a lot. Some attorneys are great. So we're guiding our clients. And a lot of times I'll tell them, okay, it looks like their docs are out. They're with the attorney. They're going to bounce it back and forth, make sure everything balances. Let's give it a day or so, but to find out what that's going to happen. But we'll be in touch as soon as possible. Be ready, right? That's kind of how I'm going to express it to my clients. That's the docs out. So those three there is sometimes people get confused or think that, oh, it's cleared or it's in PDD review. It must be done, or it's in docs, cleared for docs. They're out, but they're not out yet. There might be a compliance, there might be a high cost or high priced, or we forgot something, or have to do a cure, tolerance cure, or something like that comes up, right? So we'll be working on it, but on that side, but don't over promise, under deliver. If anything, always under promise, over deliver.
Yes, typically, when both Tess and I order docs, at that time I usually will involve you guys just so you know that I'm ordering docs, and I'll email or text a person or however, we've been working well together with, and say, hey, docs are ordered. I'm shooting to have you guys sign on. If I were ordering them today, I would say Wednesday, Tuesday. What time is good for you? And, go back and forth with them. Right now, sometimes the only thing that's typical that's going to slow us down a lot is these lovely TrueV VOEs. Hopefully they're getting quicker now. But we do have to, get those back before we can order loan documents. And so, we try not to have to use another source because that's more cost to the branch that we have to do. So we try and stick with the TrueVs. So it's very important that the borrower responds and does that TrueV VOE at that point. Any help we can get. So like I said, typically I'll reach out and say, hey, I'm going to order your loan documents today. We're looking for tomorrow. What time is good for you? The notary will come to your house or wherever you would like them to go and go from there. And then, as we get closer, and especially for me with, my hours towards the end of the day, I, will involve both the loan officer and Tessa so that if something happens after I leave, Tessa can, help or reach out to me and tell me that I need to get back involved in it. So that's basically the way it works. So I let them know that, we'll CC you on that just to let, you guys know that they are planning on signing loan documents. That makes sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. That true thing, by the way, too, if you send it out and they did it the first time, they should know to do it the second time, or you should give them a heads up that if they ever get a notification just to hop in and do it again. That works on about 40 to 45% of the time that we actually have the request go out, right? It's a pretty high level that it works. Again, for anybody who's not self-employed or mom and pop shop that has a regular payroll service they can log into, it's way better. I don't know if anybody's tried it since we gave that little instructions on how to send it yourself last week or not, but not only is it easier for them, it's cost effective, and it's easier for you because you don't need to get the pay stubs and W-2s, right? If you can get that from there. So, hey, and as I was talking to my son this morning as we were in the car, and I said, People don't know what you do or what you offer unless you talk to them, right? Unless you tell them. Nobody's going to know about anything. Nobody knows about you unless you tell them about you. Nobody knows what you do unless you tell them about what you do. Nobody knows the process unless you tell them how the process works. So that can be summed up as easy as, perfect, I'm going to send you a quick link. If you have a payroll service, can you just log in with your payroll account and I will be able to get all the documents for you. By the way, if you ever see that link come across again from us, make sure you log in because they might need to do an update down the road as you get closer to closing. That whole 15 seconds might save you days or hours down the road, right? Prepping them. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Is that easy? If it's not easy or they can't do it or they don't want to do it, then you're going to go to your second protocol and get the regular docs like normal. But you don't need to. If we know that the Met standard, that it happens at 45% of the time that you would send that link out, that people actually do it, you're going to save a lot of time there. So highly suggest that whole thing, that whole, TTP thing that we sometimes talk about, talking to people, explaining this stuff. So good points, guys. Yeah, good reminders on that stuff too. Keep those things flowing. Aside from that, like I said, really happy with last week's production, guys. Getting back, getting a flow, find that rhythm, stay on top of it, right? Your money is in your voice and how you, and your knowledge and what you share with everybody and how we process the loans and how we sell the loans. All of it comes down to each person on here as an individual and how how their system works, how their process works, and how it coincides with the company and the values and everything else that we share. So just want to throw that out there. I don't want to take too much time out of the day because it's Monday. We got an alert to lock already. I haven't even looked at the market, but I love alerts to lock because everybody who's sitting there saying, I'm waiting, needs to get their butt in gear and not take more time, right? Everybody who watched the news on last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday needs to know why and how and what the reason is. And trust me, I get it just the same as everybody here. Explaining that Fed rates isn't mortgage rates. Explaining the way.
Already meet.
That was last week. You're behind.
Okay.
You're behind, Melissa. Let's get caught up here.
I'm sorry.
Yes, they met. They lowered the rates 0.25%. Again, short-term rates. So your credit cards, your car loans, that might be impacted a little bit. Might help. Maybe there's going to be more of those coming up throughout the year. Maybe it'll be next year. But what we care about is margin, and that was dependent on job reports and the wackiness of how they actually get reported and how they get revised, 30, 60 days later, right? If you don't know, hop on MBS, watch the video, watch it from last week. Again, I watch it in your shower, watch it on the toilet, watch it on your walk, watch it whenever you can in the morning. It's 5 minutes of your day to get a little bit of knowledge. You don't have to buy into what he says. You don't have to be like, oh, he says float, I'm going to float. But you should have some knowledge to explain why and what's happening in the market a little bit. It's a tool for you guys to use that you could spend 5 days or 5 minutes out of your day to just explain have a little more knowledge to give to your clients, right? I don't buy into the whole Golden Globe winner, or what is this thing? Crystal Globe. We're always right kind of mentality. I know Will loves that one. What's it called, Will? What's he called? The Crystal Globe winner?
Crystal ball.
Crystal ball, whatever it is. But I do value the knowledge of what's going on when I can say to somebody, oh, here's why, because, and here's where I can use my knowledge along with explaining what it means to clients to let them know I know more than them and why I'm their professional that they want to work with, because I would know how to explain how that rate cut works and what the actual reports that we're looking at and what the actual Fed is, not just what you saw on the news, how it really applies to the industry and what's going to affect their monthly payments or how much they have to pay for something, right? So again, highly encourage it. Everybody should have access to it. I know we've put it out there multiple times, and if you still don't have it or you don't use it, if you don't have it and you want to, then make sure you get it signed up for it. You don't use it, then go find it somewhere else. Mortgage News Daily or some other place, other source there. So, but yeah, great job, guys. Great job. Let's keep it going. What do we have? We have a full week here. And then next Wednesday is the beginning of a new month. Holy moly. Q3 ends. Are we going to kill it in Q4?
Yes.
Q4, right, baby.
Hey, Roger.
Absolutely. Woo woo.
Hey, Roger.
Yes.
I was just going to introduce myself right quick before everybody goes. My name is Chris. I live in Temecula, California. I'm kind of a San Diegan. I came up from San Diego, but just glad to be here. I've been in real estate since 2003, but I've done tons of loans as a real estate guy, but looking forward to working with you guys and learning, and just wanted to say hi and get to know everybody soon. So
Welcome to the
that's it.
team.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm a dirt bike rider, like our fearless leader there. With the I got to get a new microphone. It looks like though, so
I hear you fine. Sounds good.
I got to get a bigger microphone. I'm you know, are you, you're not compensating.
What's happening? I want to be a hype man, really. That's really what I want to be for somebody.
All right, that's all I had. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome, Chris. It'll be fun. Learn a lot of the ins and outs and all the other stuff that we do on this side here. And ultimately, again, it's not rocket science. We're fixing problems all day. That's our job, is to fix the problems, find the solution. So
That's
and there's a ton of ways to do it. We're trying to find the best way to do it, right? So it'll be very fun, very exciting. Like I said, I'm excited for Q3. I'm even more excited for 2026 coming up here, but I know we always do good on our Q3. September, October, traditionally, we've always packed in big pipelines because we know, right? Like, just like we want to know what's going on in the future. You want to know what's going on with your pipeline. You want to know what's going to happen in a month or 2 months down the road. We know that come late November, going to be a little bit harder to get a hold of people. Going to be a little bit harder to get things to go through because people are in vacation mode. Not that I'm in vacation mode or you're in vacation mode, but other people are, right? You may be underwriters out there doing Christmas shopping, borrowers, wants to put it off till after the holidays. We're going to have different strategies, different techniques, but build those pipelines right now. You got a good month and a half to build that pipeline as fast as possible to carry you through the holidays as well. So yeah, let's just do more of that. Cool beans?
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's get some loans closed. Sales, if you guys want to stay on here, I was just going to go over a few bullet points of stuff that's on my mind, if you don't mind. I know you're like, another meeting. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, I got to jump off. I got a 10. So actually, let's wrap.
Perfect timing. Cool. Well, Jill, Tessa, Tatiana, let's rock and roll. You guys want to hop off? Let's close some loans.
Alrighty.
And then
Talk
we'll
to
just
you
chat really
later.
quick here as well. Alex, I know you got to handle that. I'll chat with you afterwards as well. All right.
Did we lose David too?
Yeah, he popped off.
He's got to go do some ops. Is he processing some loans? Where is he at?
Oh no, we'll request him to join right now. We'll call.
All right, cool. What's up, Killis?
My screen says everybody's unverified. I don't know what that means, except for you, right, Jared.
I think you don't have the teams actually set up. I'll get with you after this, and I'll get
Cool.
the help desk to help you get it all set up.
Yeah.
No worries.
Chris is fresh blood, no teams yet. He's got an email though, so you're in. But
Yeah.
get all that other fun stuff set up, and loans for your setup and all that jazz.
I'm just wondering, is that William's real background back there?
No.
Is
that? I got to get one of those views.
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, it's a nice place. Should come over. No, it's
Looks like a nice place. Is that Miami?
I have no idea. Where am I?
Why are you looking behind you?
you keep
Behind me.
That's funny. He can dine. That's cool.
There's nothing behind you.
Real.
Wow, you just made me giggle hard. Whoa. That was good.
All right, guys, let's see here. I have a few things I just wanted to throw out there. Hopefully, write them down, apply them, use them if they make sense for you. If they don't, or you're already doing them, then great. But I think, I hope they help. I spend a lot of time thinking about things that like may get better and to share. And I know we all help each other, right? We all give each other pointers and advice and things that we do to get better at what we're doing. Because it's constantly changing. You got to constantly be growing and constantly be adapting, constantly be getting rid of bad habits and getting better habits, right? So with that said, a couple of tactics or strategies that you might use if you write them down and you practice them and they fit your charisma and your style, but things you might use when talking to clients, right? So I'll go through what I write down. Again, You know, maybe message me on the side if you say, Jared, that's bull crap and I don't want to hear that stuff anymore from you. But if it's anything good, try it, apply it, use it. One tactic that I use a lot of times with people when I'm talking to people is like sandwiching the sale, right? Like you're putting it between something bigger and something better. So it might be, for example, when I'm looking into a sale, when I'm looking into this, I might talk to somebody and I might say, you know, it's worth getting this going. It's worth taking a look at this. It's more valuable than doing nothing and continue paying your credit cards, but it's not as valuable as winning the lottery, right? And if you do win the lottery, I hope you let me know, please. I don't want to do your loan if you win the lottery, right? I would bring up tactics like that or strategy like that when I'm talking to somebody because it makes people feel like it's worth moving. It's worth trying, right? If I said it's better than losing your home, but not as good as, you know, getting your home paid off free and clear, right? Or whatever the case is. It's better than paying those credit cards you're still paying, even though it's not as good as if they forgave them all, which would be awesome for you. So try sandwich sales, right? Sandwich sales of it's not as good as this, but it's better than this, right? Find out, but you got to find out what that person's problem is first. Everything we talk about is find out what the problem is first, right? There's the option of the pain, which we've already talked about, and we put that on a lot of content and stuff like that too. But what is the pain of not doing this by not looking, and what could be saving you thousands of dollars or what you're paying way more interest in, but not solving that is going to keep you in the same position, right? So the whole fact of the pain point, not doing anything doesn't make it go away. Not changing anything, not doing something different is not going to give you different results, right? So
Definition of crazy.
yes,
Or
I know you brought that up, Melissa, a
insanity.
few times. So that's a great one. So that's your way to identify what that is. I need to always be trying to find out what that pain point, can't talk, what that pain point is, and then I need to make sure my client understands what that pain point is, or motivation point. I say both of them because not everybody has a pain point. Some of them are just have a motivation point, right? But they need to know what that pain is, and just like your T chart, just like any of the other strategies and techniques you might do out there, they need to know why it's better than their current situation, right? Less giving in and better sales. So if people are asking the same questions that they ask everyone else, then you are competing with everyone else and you're not different. You need to know how to pivot to their problem, ask different questions, and get different results. This is the pivot and weave, right? If people are calling you, asking you the same question that they're calling the other 50 people that have blown them up, and they're asking and you're answering the same way, you might as well roll the dice because you're not different. You haven't done anything different, in my book, at least, from a sales professional. If I'm not different, because I always want to be different, hence why I have this weird mustache right now. My wife's gonna make me shave, but you got to be different to get a different response, to get recognized, to get respected, to be remembered. So ask yourself this as you're going through, or if you're listening to your calls, like, am I literally answering their questions just like every other mortgage person would be answering it out there? And if you are, it's junk and you should be changing that up, right? You need to answer the question a different way. You need to be able to pivot and weave and get off of that. When somebody's talking about, again, I like to give a little information and move on. Give a little information and move on, because what happens is if we give a lot of information on that minor topic, you never get to the real problem. We never get to the real problem if we're just focusing on whatever it is. What's the rate? What's the mortgage doing? How is that safe, beneficial to me? Like, address it, but then you got to get back to what the problem is, right? So I see a lot of people get hung up on little things. It could be like, what's your offer code? And you'll spend 5 minutes trying to find out where the offer code is, but that's not a problem. That's not the real reason we're here. That's an identifier, right? Or we'll argue with the person in the first 30 seconds about, I can't hear, how do you spell your name? Move on. You're going to get it later, but get back to the problem, right? Get back to what the reason is for the call. So pull out the pivot, pull out the weave, but make sure you're always bringing the conversations back. How long is it going to take? Typically the process is X amount, and this, a 30-day process or a 20 to 30-day process, but let's focus on what's more important here. I want to get rid of these debts here. When are those payments due next? When is the biggest bill you have coming up going to be due? Whatever it is, to bring that back around to what the real problem is. When you give better service and you have better solutions, people don't care about the costs. Give incentives, don't give away the farm, right? Providing a service is worth a lot. We've used this example before. You go to Gucci or one of these high-end stores, for you ladies or you husbands that have ladies, and they literally wear white gloves, right? and they treat you a lot better than they do when you go into Walmart and you're like, excuse me, where's the purses? And like, yeah, over there, whatever. No, they go and they have white gloves and they say, which one do you want? And they pull a magic little drawer out slowly. And they carry it like it's a piece of, precious gold, right? Because they're
You
getting
had this experience.
I don't
Never.
take my wife to I don't take my wife to the stores
Yeah.
on purpose.
If you want to do a sample test, go do one of those. Don't get caught in buying, but go do it and you'll see how they treat that. It's literally like, I laugh because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost embarrassing how they treat this fab. It costs $60 to make, like it's the golden child. But anyways, that's another rant. Better service, fixing the problem, doing it differently, gets away from all that other stuff. You are worth something. People, if you are setting up something, if I'm setting up a person and I'm showing them a way that maybe the 10 other people didn't show them, and I'm showing them a way to save $1,000 a month, where everybody else is just trying to show them a way to, save $100 a month, that's valuable. Do you think in my client's mind, do you think they're like, oh, this guy's saving me $900 more a month? That's $11,000 more this year. It's worth more. He's worth more. She's worth more, right? So I say that because I see a lot of us, we get in this whole, like, we're just competing with each other in the mortgage business. And I hate that. It's silly when you think about it, because nobody has anything special. It just becomes a game of chance, a game of luck, right? It's like everybody has the same skill. If everybody was the same, then we'd be a very boring world. So you can give away the incentives, right? Like, we have this incentive. We can do this quarter loan off the loan today. We can give you this 50 basis points off the loan today. I can give you this $1,000 off your credit if we get this locked in today. Those are incentives. Those are things that drive you forward right now. But when somebody sends me like an LE, I will match or beat it. But first thing I'm going to do is try to find a better way of why I can have a better offer for that person too, right? Like, if somebody's sending that to, that's great. And I know, Will, you've done this a lot too. Mike, you've done this as well. I'm sure other people have, but I'm going to look at it and say, why are they giving you this 4.99 with, $20,000 in costs? If it was me, I'd be taking the 6.75 with only 5,000 in costs and keep that 15,000, because you're not going to recoup it for another 2.5 years. Odds are we're probably going to refinance, because you told me you're only going to be at that home a year and a half, right? Like, whatever the reason is, I'm going to come up with something different every single time. So, which goes into my next one. Combine your offers, because everything is a win-win-win. Everything we do is a win. Everything you talk to your client should be a win, right? Here's the reason. Oh yeah, the costs are, $20,000. And here's why that makes sense for you, because it's what you said. Oh, I don't want that much cost. Perfect. And let's go with the higher rate. We'll shorten the cost for you because it still makes sense for you, because I'm still saving you $400 a month instead of $800 a month, or whatever it is, right? Perfect. I'll raise the loan amount. Let's go ahead, because now you got a higher value. I can go ahead and do this. Oh, you got a lower value. That's awesome. It's going to lower your payment a little bit, but we'll just unpay this debt. But because you're unpaying that debt, you go skip that month or two of payments and put that towards a debt. Everything I talk about is always a win-win, because my options are always going to be a way to make it win, right? Like, even if the value comes in low, the value comes in high, you can't pay off all the debts, but you pay off some of the debts. You're saving them $150. You're saving them $1,000. Either way is a win to me. I'm saving $100 or $1,000. I feel like I'm winning one way or the other. Why do you think people buy stuff when they get a free, swag bag, or they go to places for free stuff, right? Why do you buy a Happy Meal for $10 to get a 50-cent toy in there? Because you feel like you're getting something. You feel like you're winning. So make your clients feel like they're winning every time. They should be winning every time. So take care of this now so you could save more money later. Take care of this now so you can go ahead and fix your credit like we talked about. Wait a few months, and I want you to increase your credit lines. That's going to help increase your credit even more, because you have more equity or a higher utilization or lower utilization of your credit. So by the time we come back, when the market gets better in a year or two and you want to refinance this, we're better. By the way, also, if you wanted to set up biweekly payments, that's perfect. That's an easy way to really not put a stress on your pocketbook, but you're going to pay an extra payment every year. By the way, if you pay what you're paying right now on your mortgage and your credit card debts now, that you're saying you're paying $1,000 more a month, I'm saving you $1,000, than you would on your new loan. Well, if you paid on the new loan, you'll have your loan paid off in 16 years. Isn't that great? If you want to do that, that's your option. Let's get this approved by the underwriter first, and then we can decide what the best option is. Let's move this thing forward, because either way, you're going to find out that Either you're approved and you need a few items and you are going to save money, or it doesn't make sense. But let's find out first, Mr. Borrower. Let's get this locked right now. That way we're just guaranteeing today's pricing, right? That's all a lock does. It guarantees the day's pricing. So if it improves enough by a big chunk, or something amazing happens over the next few days or weeks that we're in process, we can always float you down, but you're locked in from it going up. Let's move forward for that reason, right? So selling is not selling one thing, like I always use my example. We're not selling Tupperware. Those are examples, by the way, of just certain things. Like, it's always something good. I should have a keyboard right now. I'm tapping my desk so much. Selling is not selling one offer. We're not selling Tupperware. We're not selling vacuums, right? You're selling multiple offers and they combine over time. You're not selling what you're selling right now. You're not even selling a loan. You're selling a fix to their problem, and you're setting up for future sales as well on the sell, right? We agree on that part. We're not really selling loans. We're selling money. We're selling saving money,
Selling
structuring money.
opportunity.
I mean, you've heard us all say this. If you've been in here a long time, I've done loans where, saved people thousands or hundreds of thousands, depending on how you structure it and, what the problem is. And I explain what those are. And I've also sold loans that save people $50 and maybe they skip a payment, but maybe skipping a payment was enough benefit that made it worth it, right? It wasn't really the $50 a month savings, like on those, fund streamlines or whatever. It was getting a little relief for 1 month just to get back on track, just to get that extra couple $1,000s put back in my savings account. All right. So I can get back on track, because I'm afraid that I can't do it in the future. If that's the benefit, then that's the benefit. And you got to focus on that. You got to let people know what they want to do. One of the ones I was telling you about earlier over the weekend was somebody looking to do the second, because they have a bunch of debt. They're paying like $3,000 a month and 80 grand of debt or whatever it is, right? They need to get rid of it. I went over a 15 and a 20 and a 30-year loan with them. But 15-year loans on that is a small loan, right? 100, and I think we're up to like 120 or 30, 150 maybe by the time we're done. But regardless, the difference from a 15 to a 30 in that example was a few $100. So my question to him is it worth a few $100? This is a short-term fix, or you want the payment as low as possible right now? What's more important, cash flow or paying off the debt? And cash flow is right now, because they're having some struggles with their business and they need to make sure that they have the extra cash. For, investors look at this all the time too. Why do you think investors pay 10, 12, 14, 15% for financing from like private money? Because it's not a matter of getting the lowest rate. It's a matter of getting the money right now so they can make the deal happen, because they know that they're making 30% or 40% on the deal. So it makes sense for them to get the deal. And us the homeowners out there do the same thing, right? Why are you paying 25% on your credit cards? Why are you paying an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month when you could be paying, $400 more on your mortgage and saving $1,500? These are all examples, of course, right? But whatever that reason is, like I said, hone in on that. We're professionals. Don't be a robot. Don't be a script. Don't be a copycat of what other people are doing if they aren't doing it the way that is successful, right? Don't copy average. If you're gonna copy something, copy great. But talk to the 1%ers. So that's my soapbox, guys. Any thoughts? Agree? Disagree?
I agree.
Agree. I think that all
Agree.
the things that you said are good points, and I wrote it down.
I like it. Write them down.
Typing away.
Use them. What was that, Chris?
I'm typing away. I have my Word doc open, typing
Nice.
all your notes there.
I'll send them out
Stuff.
as well. Yeah, they're these are things I use. You guys have other tactics and strategies. If they work, share them. I'm sure we would all like to hear what you guys use that work on an ethical manner, of course, that are strategic or tactical in what they do. And then more than just write them down, you got to apply them, right? If you're going to try it, you use it. James, you're so quiet. You usually get some feedback from you on these things.
I ran out of Celsius.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
What? What was that? Listen,
You
Celsius?
ran out of
You have to go to
Celsius.
Monster Energies or
That's what I'm at Oldsmobile right now, just doing a slow warm up. Then I'll be good.
Well, go get
His
that 12
battery
pack. I'm gonna send you
booster
some
pack is
Celsius.
broken today.
I got my Hello Gorgeous coffee cup that's all stained up today.
I don't know if you saw Costco has a new drink similar Celsius, but it's got 30 grams of protein in it. It's actually pretty good.
Which one's that?
I forget the name of it, but it's at Costco now. Yeah. It's a fizzy drink with 30 grams of protein. It tastes good.
Oh, I'll have to try that one.
Yeah.
So I'll get those. Will probably knows what those are because every time I'm like, hey, have you heard of this one? He's like, oh yeah, that one's junk.
Yeah. It's probably junk.
What was the ones, the Lift or the Gatorade version ones I had? The protein Gatorades? I forget what they're called.
I like the pain, the pain point is obviously sales 101, right? It's like, and I know I'm new here. You guys talk about this every week probably, but it's good to reseat that in your head and circle back around because the other companies probably, they may have junior people who just don't know how to get to the bonding with the person to get them to give you more information and open up to you probably. So
It's always, yeah, you nailed the best right there. It's sales 101. I don't care if you are selling Tupperware or vacuums, Rainbow or Kirby, whatever they're called,
Herb.
or real estate or mortgages or whatever, right? Has anybody ever been sold? I've been sold on a lot of junk.
Yeah.
And they always find the pain point with me, right? Like, don't you want that amazing, timeshares, right? Don't you want that amazing vacation? You deserve it. You deserve to get away. You work too hard. You sure you don't need these pots and pans for $2,000, Jared? Because they're gonna last 50 years. Us salespeople will probably get sold the most, right? We know that. That's how it works. So you buy a Kirby because it's magic and it's going to get all the dirt out even better and quicker than your whatever vacuum, right? That's why you buy it. It's amazing. Rainbow's got water so you can see how dirty it is. We buy junk. It's because people find our problem. They find what our pain is, or they create the pain sometimes in that sense. But all these things can be done and you're helping people out at the same time. You're not making them buy $2,000 pots and pans like this guy got caught doing 20 years ago.
But you
Not-
still have them.
I know, but I'm so afraid to use them. That's why I have them. I don't want to ruin them. I'm waiting for my 50-year warranty to expire. But we got to do this and we got to help people at the same time and save money. You just have to know how to talk to people. Know how to talk to people, right? Like practice these things. I don't know if you guys ever practice. Like I practice sometimes when I'm at the store, if I'm in that right mood and I have my Celsius in me or whatever it is, the coffees, I'll practice this at the oil change spot, the car dealership, right? It's just for fun, just to see how like my wife always says, you like to get into people's skin. I'm like, no, I just want to see the reaction. Like, I just want to see how people react. Like, was that a good thing or a bad thing? Did I read the room right? Oh, no, I didn't. Or yes, I did. Right. So again, try all these things. What's that?
Do you walk around Trader Joe's talking about loans? Is that what you do?
Yeah. I sometimes do. I'll sometimes say things, just say it out loud just to see who's the eavesdroppers are, who gets that little, a little twitch in their neck. Like they heard something shocking.
I know that guy needs to refinance. I know it. I'm going to go.
But yeah, practice them, guys. Like I said, if you wrote it down, I got my little acronym, my late acronym, right? Learn it, apply it, test it, expand on it, right? Just keep doing that. Learn something, then apply it, then test what those results are. Did it work? Did it not work? And if it works, I'm going to expand. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to go back and learn a little bit more so I could take more action and apply it differently. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys. Please, if you have any other things that you're using that you're like, this is my golden juice, my killer phrase that I use every time, share it. I want to hear it. I love learning more stuff. So
Give us your golden ticket.
the golden ticket is in you.
I'll share my golden juice.
Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like, the people in this room that know me, they know that, I don't sell rates. Jared believes in that. And, it's, and Will doesn't sell rates either. And so, when we're selling or when I'm pitching a loan, I would pitch it in a way that it's all about savings. I sold a loan over the weekend. The guy's a 6.99. And, he said, all I want to do is just lower my interest rate. No problem. So when I structured the loan for the guy, I had him sit down, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I started going over all of his debt. He had over $50,000 in debt. His payments were average about $450 per credit card. And, I told him, write down Discover, you owe X amount of dollars, you're paying $450. Bank of America, $350. Chase, $300, so on and so forth. And then we added it all up. And before we did that, I always tell him, I go, do you always pay a little bit more on your minimums? Like majority of my clients, or do you pay a little bit, or do you pay the minimum? And the reason why I say that is because I want him to say I pay more. Because obviously then he's making more monthly payments. In this case, he said, no, I'm just making the minimum. So when we added all of that up, he's spending $1,400 a month on top of his mortgage of almost $4,000. The guy was paying about $5,500 a month. His mortgage went up $200. The guy never once asked me, what's my interest rate? Never once. And even if he would have asked me, and his interest rate did come down, but if had his interest rate gone up, I would have told him, what does it matter? Your interest rate is 10%. What does it matter? You're saving $1,400 a month. But and that 10% is I would joke with him, but when you pitch it that way and say, this is the amount of money that you're paying, add the mortgage and the monthly payments that he's saving, or that he's paying on his credit cards every month together with a mortgage payment, that's how much the guy's paying every month. This is $5,000. So you take that 5,000 and you kind of push that on them, and your new payment is 3,200. Last night they had a problem of checking in or being able to log in. His wife did, and I was on the phone with him, and I told her, I go, do you have any questions? Because I only talked to him about it, and I go, I'm on the phone with you now. He goes, all I know is we're saving $1,400 a month. That's all that matters to me. So, it's all about the savings. That's all that it is. It's not how much they're doing in loans and how much they're doing, or how much their interest rate is. But that's irrelevant when it comes to this. Guy never talked to me about points. He never talked to me about costs. He never talked to me about anything.
You know what's cool, Mike, is with certain tactics that you have in sales tactics, certain skills are ageless, meaning Mike's probably been doing that same tactic for 15 years, right? Like, pull out your pen and paper, write this down. Your minimums are 1,000. What do you really pay? Oh, you're paying 1,500. I'm going to use 1,500 as what your savings now, not just your minimums. And having that talk with people to do that, that is something like some sales skills have been around for hundreds and thousands of years of ways you talk to people. You've been doing that forever, right, Mike?
Well, yeah. And the reason why I have them put it on paper so they can visualize it, they can see it, right? Instead of going, well, I don't know if my case is really $300. He's writing it down. It's visible in front of him, and then he can see it. A lot of these people, they have everything on auto pay. They don't realize how much money they're paying. And every single month I get a charge with AT&T. It's never the same. And we have unlimited everything. So why is it never the same? But I never go and log in and check. So nobody is going to check. But if you have them write it down, they're looking at the same exact thing that you're looking at. Unfortunately, we can't share screens with them, but they're looking at the same exact thing as we are. So that way they can see it. Shit, I'm paying $1,400 a month for credit cards. And, Will, I always, Will knows about this, that I always do. I always say, you're paying minimum every single month and you're not getting it. It's kind of like running on a treadmill. You're running, you're not getting anywhere. So you're making these payments are going nowhere. So, let's bring this payment down. In 6 months, your credit's going to get better. I'll refinance you in 6 months and put you in a better interest rate. That's it. So even if you sell a higher rate, that's called a Band-Aid loan. Let's get rid of this. You're saving $1,400 a month, and we'll go from there. If you really want to get cheesy, sometimes I tell them, I need to know what you're going to do with that $1,400 savings, because they have to put it in your note. The underwriter wants to know. And every single time they tell us, oh, I'm going to put it away, or I'm going to put it towards my mortgage, or I'm going to do this and that. So that's my 2 cents. You guys take it however you want, but it definitely works for me. Will, what about you? Do you do that when you're pitching a loan and they're saving tons of money? How do you do it?
Yeah, it's the same. It kind of depends on the client, but I think the biggest challenge that they always want to separate their mortgage from their other debts, and they have them that's in their mind as 2 separate things. Like those are the people that don't want to touch their 2 or 3% rate. But you gotta, I clump everything as like, this is money going out that you're paying for
they're all at different interest rates, but I try and clump everything together, and put it as one thing. Like, you know, uh, that's a good way that I like to, you know, have people say, okay, well, that makes sense then. Yeah. Cause you're getting, like you said, getting rid of $1,400 worth of payments, combining with your mortgage. Yeah. Your mortgage payment's going to go up. Nobody wants to do that, but you're going to be paying less, you know, $1,000 a month on that situation where you went over. So, um, yeah, just like kind of, I think the best way to do it is just kind of explain it. Like, don't get too detailed because it's just, you're paying $1,000 here and you're going to save, you know, just make it really simple and easy. And it's just like, why wouldn't I do it? They almost top themselves into it because you're just pointing out the obvious that they just aren't really looking at. So but yeah, I'm just trying to lay it out to make it like, why wouldn't I do this? Yeah. This, you know, I can save $1,200 a month. I don't have to pay that. I can have that in my pocket. Like, why wouldn't I do this? So
Make it simple. I like how you said that. Yeah, that's literally what it is. Don't get in the weeds. Like I
Yeah,
said
and
earlier, don't talk too much.
people sell you like when someone starts selling me and my eyes start like going blank and I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying. Like, then the ratio of the turn you're gonna save and the ROE and then you know, I just get lost. I'm just like, okay, now I'm good or whatever. Yeah. So just make it simple and I think people like that just because it's easy to comprehend and get that point across. So
Very cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, keep it simple. 100%. Keep it simple. Find the problem. Focus on that. So, all right, guys, let's go. We can have a good day. We don't want to sit on meetings the whole day. We got stuff to do. You guys ready?
Eddie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Ooh.
Whoop whoop. Raise the roof. Let's go get those people. There's probably been like 20 conversations of people responding so far since we've been on these talks.
Let's do it. All right, everyone. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Talk to you later. Reach out again. Share anything you have that's awesome that you like to use. Any other secret sauce besides what Mike and Will just went over. Put it in the teams. Love to hear it.